Hello and welcome to Food for Thought, Insights for Busy Leaders and Managers in just 150 seconds. Today I'd like to talk to you about engagement from the inside out, and it's the next in the series about this topic, and in particular, personal and social expectations. So this is developed by Dan Harrison using his Behavioural Analytics tool, but it can also be a really good topic of conversation to have with your people to see where they're at with these needs and desires, these expectations that they may have, and how you can ensure that you can fulfill them. So the first is wants to be informed. And someone who's high and wants to be informed, you need to have a conversation with them about what it is that they want. What sort of information do they want? Is it financial information? Is it information about the company's strategy or what's going on in the department? So that you have that fulfilling of their needs and find out what sorts of specific information they want. Now the next one is wants capable leader, and this is really interesting. If this is a high score, it's really important to match the individual with a manager who shares similar traits and behaviors, who has similar working preferences. So for example, if this person has a high wants to be informed, we need to ensure that the manager gives them lots of information. If they have a high wants autonomy, then they need to have a manager who will give them a lot of autonomy. Or if they have a high wants organized, a high organized trait or a high helpful trait, again, it'll be important to have a manager who is also very helpful and who's also very organized. Otherwise, there could be a breakdown in the conversation, a breakdown in the relationship. The person won't respect their manager and won't be very loyal to their manager. They'll sort of complain about them and moan about them behind their backs and things like that. The next one is wants personal help. Now, this is not an indication of whether the person needs help in this moment. It's should something arise that is of a personal nature, they have an employer that will look after that personal need with an employee assistance program or something like that. And then wants stable career. If someone has a high wants stable career score, then they need to have a conversation around, or you need to have a conversation with them around the topic of the stability of their job, the stability of the business, and what's going on in the business, so that they can see into the future that there is stability. And be aware that they may get very stressed if there's a lack of stability in the role. And then finally, we look at wants social opportunities. How much do they want social opportunities? What sort of opportunities do they want? And whether they're outgoing or not. Will they take advantage of those opportunities? So when it comes to personal and social expectations, stay curious.